Hello, everyone. This is Elida, and I'm going to bring on Carrie shortly. This is our attempt at, hopefully everyday input to give you some practical daily advice. And today we really wanted to cover something really fun, which was about how to communicate with loved ones. And I'm going to make it more broad. I think you can apply the same communication tip with not just loved ones and significant others, but also with family and with colleagues, pretty much anybody. And the question that Carrie, I think, was addressing earlier was, how do you deal with it when someone close to you or someone makes you wrong? That's a really good one. It's a very good communication tip. So let me see if I can check who's here, and if I can invite Carrie to join me here and work out. See. All right. Hi, Carrie. Awesome. Thank you for
Hello.
coming. There you are. It worked. It worked. Yes.
Yay.
So I started with a little bit of a preface, and that was, how the burning question that we're addressing this afternoon is one that you probably get posed a lot, which is, how do you deal with it when somebody in your life makes you feel like you're wrong, right? In a communication relationship, even. And maybe I can ask you to be on the hot seat to give some advice about maybe what are three things that people can do to turn that situation around. Um, and to communicate in such a way as a communication tip so that you also don't make them wrong for making you feel wrong, and then it's a nice snowball effect. Have we not been there before, everyone?
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
take it away, Carrie.
Yeah. So it's really important. Thank you for joining us. I see several people. Oh, hi. Hi, Michael. Um, yeah. So this situation comes up a lot in patterns between partners. It can even come up in your friendships, work. But it's a situation where you get into a mode of flipping it on the other one. We're feeling like the other person every time you hi Ro- every time you bring up an issue, an important issue that you want to discuss with the other person. It's like shut down, or they flip it. And so the reason why this happens is, well, I guess it's human nature, really. It's human nature for us to not want to be blamed. We don't want to be made wrong. We don't want to be solely responsible for someone else's happiness. And we don't want to be asked to sacrifice our own happiness and our pleasure, or be asked to change to make someone else happy. We want to be accepted and appreciated as we are, and we want to be valued as we are. Um, but still, you have situations that come up, you have conflicts that come up. And so when you get into a conflict style of flipping it around on the other person, or vice versa, that can become a really destructive and toxic pattern. And so you definitely want to nip that in the bud. You want to deal with that. And sometimes it just takes one partner to tweak it and do something a little bit differently, to show up just a little bit differently with their partner, to really turn things around.
So tell us what that would, give us an example of that, maybe, Carrie. Like, what's one thing that you can say or do that shifts the energy, shifts the path you guys are both on, this destructive path, really?
Instead of saying, you're doing this, you're always doing this, or you're doing that, or why did you do this? Um, get into your heart and say, I'm feeling unsupported here. Let's say you want your partner to help out around the house more. You want him to take out the trash, and it's just like piling up. And if it doesn't get and if he doesn't do it, it doesn't get done. So then you end up having to do it, and you're just not feeling really supported. Get into
Yeah.
your feelings about how that really feels. What are you actually feeling? Okay, you're feeling anger, you're feeling resentment. Go deeper, find all of the feelings that you're feeling. I would guess that one of those feelings is feeling unsupported, feeling like you're having to do everything yourself. Let me see if I can get my light back on, because it's pretty dark here now. Oh no, I guess I'll just talk to you in the dark.
I can
Sounds
still
good.
see you. We can see you still.
But what you can say instead of, why did you do this? Or can't you do that? Or, coming across in a complaining tone is you can say, hey, it would feel really good to have some support with this. It makes me feel icky to look at the trash piling up. You can start there. You can say, I really, really appreciate all your support and your help around here. You do so much. So one of the things that I tell my clients is to get more of what you want, be as though it's already happening. Appreciate the other person as how they are, because really it is how they are. They'll tend to show up for you more in the ways that make you happy if they're feeling appreciated and not wrong, not unappreciated. Okay? So anyway, well, this is one of those very, important burning topics that we'll be going through at length at our live event. We'll be talking about communication a lot, right, Elida? What do you
Yeah,
think?
and we'll be doing some pretty amazing and really fun. You can say we can say they're great activities to help you really sink in to being able to be a master of that shift. And we'll be actually doing some role playing, which will be really fun.
Yeah, scripting and role playing, and really
practical
specific scenario and coaching you through those specific scenarios.
So let me just review. So I really like two things you said in particular, which is when someone makes you feel like they're approaching a situation and makes you feel like you're wrong for something, usually the response you will feel is defensiveness, because they're not just talking about a situation. You feel like it's about you, right? A judgment about you or something. And so in that situation, drop into your heart instead of maybe just responding out of a reactivity. Hey, what do you mean, I don't dump the trash enough? How about the last time I did dishes, or something like that.
Exactly.
It's going nowhere good if you play on that level, right? But I heard what you said, which was drop into your heart and basically represent how you're feeling, how that affects you, and what it is that you would like instead. And the other thing I really like what you said, which is highlight, it sounds like what you said, correct me if I'm wrong, is highlight the positive, is to kind of build somebody up, act as if it's the yummy stuff is happening, and then build on that, and then give that person space and opportunity. And I think it's very, very effective when you address it like, this is how I feel, and this is how I've been noticing this has been happening. What do you think? That is so powerful to invite somebody into a conversation. And often I find, just between, us here and those watching, there is something up. Otherwise, you're not crazy. I mean, you're feeling something, right? You're responding to something real, but you want to make it a safe conversation for them to explore something they've not even considered. You want to give them the benefit of the doubt. They're not trying to make life harder for you, but maybe they're going through their own process and they're not even thinking, oh, how does my actions impact her or him?
Right.
So yeah.
So
what do you
reactivity
think?
happens when, when someone shows up with a complaint, our defenses and our resistance goes up, like, whoa, hey, what, you're ruining my Zen over here. Why are you mad at me? Why are you mad at me? And
Look at
so
your
then
body language too. That's so telling. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so
It's
good.
so
And I like that part.
do this video. This is so awesome.
I know, Carrie, you guys, thank you for being patient. We're really, we have so much that we want to offer. And I think it's a process of just, learning the logistics and the video part. But thank you for being patient. But yeah, but I really hope somebody got, some of you guys on the video and those who are going to watch later really got something out of it in terms of, one thing that I also learned. So we're going to give you 3 takeaways. One would be to drop into your heart, get in touch with how you feel, and not come from a place of reactivity where you're on their level and give back as much as you got. That's only going to lead to more defensiveness. If they made you feel defensive already, if you respond out of that defensiveness and out of that spirit, you're going to get more of that back, right? That's not what we want. Right. So to have the power and the mastery to shift, it's not easy, but if you can master that, you can shift. Second thing is to think about it, and then what you're I would say positive outcome is what you said, so that you can really be in that space to invite
Right.
that. And
Mm-hmm.
could I add like a third is, how do we make that space safe so the other person doesn't feel attacked, which is, let's have a conversation. And what do you think? This is how I've been seeing it. And that's how I feel about it. I noticed this. What do you think? What's going on? Like you let me know, and then let's have a conversation. And then you can go a little bit more into feelings. Now, I don't know if you've seen, Carrie, that a lot of men don't jump right into feelings. That's kind of not as a quick, transition for them.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
if
So
they
the
don't like to
masculine
make feel,
feminine,
nobody likes to make,
right.
but
It's going to
nobody
be
likes to be
the
made to
the
feel
feminine
wrong.
feeling
So,
versus masculine thinking. So, that's one way to really connect with your counterpart. If you're a man, how to connect with your feminine partner. Ask her how she's feeling. If you're the feminine partner and you want to connect with your masculine partner, ask him what he's thinking. What does he think? And then have a dialogue about that.
yeah.
So,
And,
so
and
yeah,
Carrie,
and then
you have so many tips and tricks. I love it. I'm just laughing because I know this is just the tip of the iceberg. And even some conversation we had about some of the techniques we're teaching, just especially for women too. Wow. It's such a way to shift a whole dynamic just from
yeah,
tapping into your feminine, your
yeah,
softness, because it's very hard for you can say if you use typical masculines like a rock and conquering and problem solving and being right and strong and protective. It's very hard for a rock to fight water. It's not, you can't fight water, it just is there.
I love that.
And
Um,
yeah, as ladies, if we can learn to soften and flow, it allows to go there too. I think it's very
mhm.
powerful actually,
Yeah,
dynamic. So
yeah, it is.
so
Yeah,
yes.
and so one more thing, one more point that I wanted to bring up, and this is so important because what we don't want to do when we're in a scenario like this, where we have a partner who gets defensive and that we feel shut down, like we can't bring up our irritations or our problems, we can't talk to them, is that we don't want to go into the mode of just pretending like everything is okay when it's not. We don't want
Mhm.
to create wedge or we want to avoid conflict, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
we might tend to default to this when we are in people pleasing mode. A lot of us do
Mhm.
this, right? We just don't know
Mhm.
it. So
Mhm.
it's really
Nobody
important
does that.
when
No.
asking
Just avoid it. Let's not
about.
talk about it. Yeah, it's
Yes,
easier
I
to
know,
just
right?
to push under the
Just sweep it
rug.
under the rug
And
and
that's what happens. But
fine.
that's how anger happens, right? Uncontrollable anger. It's a lot of pushing
It
and
is.
avoiding until they explode. And so that's what
Yes.
we don't want. We want to
Yeah.
release that pressure, resolve it while it's tiny and small. Yeah.
Yeah. And when we don't communicate, we're not building trust. We're not in our truth, and that's where intimacy is created from. That's where intimacy grows. It's from that connection of trust and really being able to share with your partner, and your partner can hear you when you're not making him or her wrong. So
That's awesome. And I'm seeing some comments here. Lauren, hi. Hi, I'm glad you can join us. So good to see you on the live. So great. And Molly is watching. Hello, Molly. Alexandria. Hello, Alexandria. We're excited you're coming to the event and we can't wait. I know you're super excited too. We can't wait to have you join us and experience everything that really has been um, created for you, guys. So, hi,
mhm.
Christy. Thanks for hopping on. This is so great to see you guys. Oh, I'm glad you love the energy, Alexandria. This is fun for Carrie and I to do this. We love this space.
So much for being here.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Have a great day. All right. Stay safe out there, you guys.